Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Aptrepreneur, and welcome to a podcast style video. But as always, just because there is almost no visuals on the screen doesn't mean the image that you see is not important. And what you are looking at is a screenshot that I got from a Facebook group where someone showed that Lyft is essentially implementing upfront surge prime time. Well, it's not surge prime time, it's upfront prime time pricing. Now, prime time, for those of you who are not aware, and that's probably very, very, very few of you, but prime time is Lyft's version of surge. It's always been a little different how each company does it. Uber did a multiplier, 1.1, 2.5, 3.6, yada yada. Lyft always did like a percentage, so 25%, 85%, 400%, 525%. I don't know if it gets that high, but you know, that's the example. So anyway, Lyft has had this very, 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 very annoying tendency recently to just copy everything Uber does, to the point where even I can't really defend them much anymore, which is disappointing. I actually liked having a company that I liked on this channel and didn't complain. People say I complain way too much, and I agree. But when you see things like this, I mean, there's a lot of reason to complain. And Lyft used to be an innovator. I say that all the time because Lyft used to make the changes that to basically get people away from Uber onto Lyft. And then Uber started having so many problems that people were switching over without them needing to do anything. And now when Uber makes a change, Lyft is usually following like a week behind. Basically, Uber does something people doesn't like. Lyft lets people, get mad at them for a week, and then they make their own change, or they make the same change, I should say. And this is it. I mean, the thing is, the Uber upfront surge pricing could be one of the few things that genuinely backfires on the company. And I am going to be making a video detailing what it is for pretty much the final time and what Uber says about it and how they're selling it. And basically, yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. So it's going to be interesting to see if the surge changing really kills rideshare. I mean, so far, all the bad things we've talked about has not managed to kill this industry, but the thing is, the things that have come close has always been rate decreases. And the last time Uber affected with the drivers' earnings, and the earnings is definitely what's going to piss off the drivers, is when they started raising rates without paying the drivers. And they got such a backlash that they started testing out in other markets with paying the drivers more, and that seems to have been largely successful. And yet, they are launching their most sinister, absolutely sinister change on the drivers yet, which is the upfront surge pricing, where they will charge the customer the multiplier still, but you will get a percentage of that. Probably not even that. It might, like, the passenger might be paying you like a $25 surge on top of the fare, and Uber might give you $5. Well, as you can see with this Lyft, because we got to bring this back to Lyft. This is ultimately about Lyft. Lyft is definitely implementing this as well. And here's the thing that I've noticed about Lyft that makes them almost a little worse now at this point, is that Lyft really just sneaks it in there. They don't even make a big announcement about it. It's like, oh, things are changing. Here it is. We've just changed this. And there's not even any time to complain or contemplate what the change can mean. So let's look at this real closely and kind of examine it. So as you can see, there is a pink zone still that's pretty pink, and then there's like a purplish zone. And the person is in the $5.68 plus zone. Now, I am assuming, in fact, actually, now the more I look at it, it's confusing me a little bit more than I realize. I might not have researched this as well as I should have, because that plus is throwing me off. The way Uber would do it is that $5.68, that would be what you are getting in surge on the trip, regardless of the distance. But the plus throws me off with Lyft. Does this mean this is the guaranteed prime time you're getting? Like, this is how much you're going to get per mile? Or is this where the prime time starts? It starts at this for your trip, but it could also, in theory, go up. That would be interesting because you also have that purple section where it says $4.31 plus. So, I'm going to send an email to Lyft and I'm going to get confirmation on this, and I will hopefully be able to clarify what this is at some point, because this is oh, and by the way, you got to love this guy who took the picture. You can see the 3.8 surge. Yeah, that's definitely a better deal than what's going on with Lyft right now. But this is concerning. Well, of course it's concerning, and I do even wonder, like, some of the hardcore YouTube drivers out there, and there's a few out there, and they give you advice on how to make a lot of money, and some of them make very good money, and kudos to them if they can do that. I do wonder secretly how much of that is surge. I think that would be fascinating to find out how much of their weekly earnings is surge, because clearly their earnings are going to change very, very soon, as are all of our earnings if you drive. So I don't know if Lyft is doing this the same way as Uber. I don't know if you get a ride outside of the prime time zone, if you still get the prime time. I mean, that's one of the few things that Uber is doing to really sell the idea of the upfront surge pricing, is like, hey, you could be in the surge zone, and if you get a call outside of it, you still get a surge. And that is a powerful way to sell to drivers, even though long term drivers don't get much. And of course, I'm suspicious of it because I'm pretty sure Uber's algorithm won't allow that to happen too many times. But I guess the point of this almost 8-minute video at this point is that Lyft is definitely following in Uber's footsteps. They are introducing an upfront prime time pricing scheme, which is their version of Uber's upfront surge pricing. And I think this is going to be an interesting podcast topic, because the one thing I think you really should never have messed with is the surge. The surge was always a necessary evil. It was always a necessary evil because it got drivers out there driving during times and during days that they normally wouldn't be driving, because there was extra money to be made. If you cut a significant chunk of that extra money out of their paycheck, who's going to actually want to do it? I don't know. And maybe you can tell me. So comment below. Yeah, let me know what you think about this. And like, favorite, share, subscribe. And if you enjoy my videos, consider becoming a Patreon member. It's totally optional, of course, but even as little as $1 a month helps keep the channel running smoothly. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.